So many people talk about the positive aspects of mirror work, how they're able to manifest their life or transform who they are in such a beautiful and magnetic and radiating way. But today I want to talk about the dark side of mirror work, or the side that no one really talks about. I filmed a video talking about my experience of doing 30 days of mirror work, and I got so many comments on that I wanted to address in this video. First, I want to start by saying, what is mirror work? Mirror work is simply getting in front of a mirror, looking into your eyes and speaking life or affirmations over yourself consistently, repeatedly, until that affirmation is your truth. You're basically transforming yourself. You can do affirmations to change the way you think of yourself or your self-concept, or you can do affirmations to manifest the future that you want. Either way it goes, mirror work is here to help you program your mind. But I want to dive into the darker side of mirror work, and the side that many people are scared of or don't realize. I first want to start off with the most common, which is the trickster archetype. What is the trickster archetype? Many people have had this trickster archetype show up during their mirror work. When they stare at themselves for a prolonged time, they start to see themselves, but almost in a sinister smirk is reflecting back at them. But what is this smirk, and why do we fear it? When we are doing mirror work, basically what we're doing is tapping into our psyche. So every single part that you see in that mirror is a part of your mind. So you should never be scared of yourself. That's first and foremost, because it is you who you're looking at. You're looking at the windows of your own soul. This is your mind. And to ease your worries, it's always important to always start with protection work. That could be running the mirror through a smoke like incense, or it could be praying over water and then spraying the mirror with that water, or simply just saying that you are protected. Whatever feels right for you, follow those protection routines in order for you to know that you are safe and what you are looking at is you. The trickster archetype is that deceptive, chaotic, witty character that we see throughout media. Honestly, you see it in many cultures. They have specific gods or goddesses with these archetypes too. You have that archetype within you, and it can show up when you do mirror work, and it's basically that unruly, chaotic, witty side that comes to you when you do mirror work, and it often can feel very scary because it's unknown. You don't know that side of you, or you push it away. Many of us hide our dark side because we think it should be hidden, that we should cast it out, that we shouldn't show it love or focus on it. But that's the complete opposite of the truth. You want to show this side of you love and respect and understand all of you. Many times people will pursue through the trickster archetype and continue pouring love over ourselves, saying that we love ourselves, when this character or archetype shows up in our face. With that being said, not everyone sees the trickster archetype. That is very personal on your own specific journey, and the trickster archetype can show up if you have deep, I don't want to say not necessarily trauma, but if you know that you push the dark side of you down, it can show up. Personally, that archetype has not shown up for me though. I have had other archetypes that shown up, like I've had my face transform into a face that kind of looked like a fish, almost like how we always perceive Pisces to be, almost looked like a mermaid. My face kind of like squished in and my eyes started to look more fish-like. I've had that, and I've also had an experience where I saw my child self. I transformed into the 7th grade version of myself while doing mirror work. So I've had certain archetypes pop up that I knew that I needed to show love. And usually whenever a certain archetype shows up, it's something that you want to pursue deep in, because it's a untouched part of your psyche that hasn't got any light. You haven't shined any light on that aspect. So if you don't feel comfortable with showing it love right then and there, like you get scared, you have fear, you can always pull back and go to other resorts and other techniques like journaling and meditating to focus in on that archetype to see what you are hiding from yourself. And if there's ever certain things that show up while you're doing this mirror work that you don't really understand, you can always research the symbolism behind it and see what resonates with you, because whatever your psyche is trying to show you is something that's going to resonate with you once you realize what it's trying to say. So don't try to force symbolism, but see what actually makes sense in your life. Another comment that I got was feeling something in the beginning, but no longer feeling anything when you do mirror work later on. And I want to let you know that that is completely normal. Okay, your body is getting used to doing the same thing over and over. So there are going to be days where you feel extremely high or very emotional, and other days where you just don't feel anything. And we have to remember that we are human, and that is completely normal. And it is also normal to go on a roller coaster ride during this journey, because what you're doing is tapping into your psyche, showing yourself love, pouring it in, like pouring love into yourself. So there are going to be days where you feel love and light and all of these amazing things, butterflies in your stomach, while you pour and tell yourself that you love yourself. And there are going to be other days where you could literally break down and cry and pour into yourself because you realize like how much pain and trauma you have been holding on. And there are other times you're going to look at yourself and be so angry with yourself for past things you did in the past, your past life. But it's all a part of the process, and all of it is meant for these things to show up in your life so that way you can address them and connect with those parts of you. Another question that I got that people don't really ever address is, well, how do I know if it's working? Like, I'm sitting here talking to a mirror, but how do I know if it's working? And this goes back to the whole entire point of your spiritual journey, your spiritual practice. Imagination is the most important thing in your spiritual journey, and knowing who you are and trusting and believing who you are. Oftentimes when we step out of ourselves to ask other people, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? When it comes to something so personal like spirituality, oftentimes it means that we don't trust ourselves and we're still struggling to understand exactly who we are. At the end of the day, it is working if you believe that it is working. If you are using that imagination to pour into yourself, to believe that what you are doing is working and continue to do it, then it is working. With that being said, I do know that many of us struggle with imagination on our spiritual journey because it has been suppressed for so long. So it is okay to seek this knowledge still, but I want you to know that at the end of the day, as you seek, you should also know that it is all you. It is okay to seek outside yourself to kind of reaffirm what you already know deep down, but you just need a little more guidance, a little more trust in yourself to slowly build that up. You are doing it correctly. If you feel as though you're doing it correctly, if you're being consistent and you're pouring love into yourself, you're doing it correctly. There is no right or wrong way to mirror work, as long as you are doing what feels right for you. Someone did say, every time I try to do this, I find myself looking somewhere else. If you do, and you really want to focus on looking into your eyes, you can try getting a smaller mirror to where you only see your face, so that way you don't have much else to look at. And if you do find yourself like gazing somewhere else, that is okay. Just realign your eyes back into looking at your eyes and continue on. It's just like meditation. As soon as you clear your mind, there's going to be a thought that comes up and you might spiral into more thinking. And once you catch yourself, you come back and clear that mind and come back to presence. So it's the same way. If you see your eyes wandering, just come back to presence and continue on. Again, someone did state like, oh, this only works because you believe. It's just a technique or a tool. And yes, that is true. It is a technique and a tool that has been used for a long time, and it works for a lot of people. It works for me, and it is because we do hold the power, because as within, so without. So we use tools to help us to connect with our internal, and that is perfectly okay and perfectly fine. You're not better or worse if you just decide to only use yourself, or you do want to use tools. You're not less powerful or more powerful. It's just something that you do. It's like an art form. So however you want to do your form of reprogramming, it doesn't have to be mirror work. It can be meditation. It could be journaling. It could be going out in nature and just clearing your mind and being present. Whatever you feel connected with, just stick with it. Just stick with it. That's all that matters, is you sticking with it and knowing that it is working for you, because you have the power. Any technique will work as long as you know it is you. And I know I stated this in the beginning, but I also want to end with an emphasis on the fact that it is your psyche, okay? Do not let other people who have never even done mirror work, or people who have done mirror work one time and got scared, to scare you into thinking that something's bad going to happen by looking at yourself into the mirror. We look at ourselves in the mirror all the time. We just don't actually focus on it. So by that definition, we all got demons all around us, right? So don't let people's fear scare you, because oftentimes the fear comes from, one, people jumping into their spirituality, or hearing stories from other people on their spiritual journey that they didn't even personally know, or maybe they did personally know, but who knows exactly what happened to them because we weren't there. And they will spill these stories about how we shouldn't do things like look at ourselves in the mirror. Meanwhile, it has been done for thousands of years, and before there were mirrors, it has been done with water. It is perfectly okay. It is perfectly safe. Just say your protection spell, do your protection work, whatever that looks like for you, and know that it is you. Oftentimes when people do it themselves without the full knowledge of what actually is going on in their mind, they see these things that pop up as something external from them, as something demonic, as something wrong, when really there are internal demons. It's something that is untapped within us, our unknown, and it's something that we fear, because all fear is not knowing something. When we don't know something, we fear it. So you fear yourself in a sense. So that is all a part of mirror work. It's learning who you are and loving all of you. And that builds your confidence. That makes you a better manifester, a better person all around for yourself, because you start to put boundaries up and protect yourself. Mirror work is perfect for people who are who have always been people pleasers. It's perfect for people who are extremely shy and struggle with confidence. So if you are someone who leans on that area where you're struggling in certain aspects with yourself, you feel insecure and you really want to work on that, I do recommend mirror work. And I think it's a perfect way to, one, build your confidence, build your courage, become more fearless, and just walking your truth altogether. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more topics around mirror work, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm thinking about diving deeper on mirror work aspects, especially like connecting science with mirror work to help you understand exactly what's going on in your mind when you do mirror work. Then please give this video a thumbs up. Leave comments down below. Subscribe if you're not already. And if you are new, my name is Elle. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.